My name is Corey Selman. I'm a senior and I'm on men's tennis.
My name's Claudia Ruiz. I'm a sports management major and I play basketball here at Sacred Heart.
My name is Sabrina Navarro. I'm a health science major with a minor in business and management, and I'm on the women's tennis team.
Corey Seltman is a senior on Sacred Heart University's Division I men's tennis team, as well as the team's captain. He is from Dix Hills, New York, and is double majoring in exercise science and pre-physician's assistant with a minor in chemistry. In his 2015 to 2016 season on the tennis team, he had the third most singles victories in the Northeastern Conference.
I love tennis. I love playing. It's become my life.
On top of his rigorous tennis schedule, Corey also strings rackets for both the men and women's teams, and on top of that works 2 different jobs each week.
On my busy day, Monday is usually the worst. It's wake up 8 a.m., I have class at 9:30 for microbiology. I'm there until 10:45. Immediately from class, I leave to go to Fairfield. I work at cardiac rehab. I have an internship there with Bridgeport Hospital. I'll work there until probably 1:32. Come back home, get something to eat quick, head over to the Pitt Center. I also have a job with the athletic department as one of the academic enrichment specialists for the athletes. So I provide any tutoring help in the subjects that I'm proficient in.
Being a student athlete, there are many ways that Corey has to deal with his stress every day, and many ways that he has to figure out how to manage his time.
The hardest part about balancing both school and tennis is time management. You have to account for practices, tests, studying. In addition to that, I also string rackets for both teams, men and women.
While managing his time as a student athlete does get extremely stressful every day, the support of his team helps Corey throughout each season.
Being part of that team atmosphere, that there's always a family around you, a support system. You always have your team, they always have your back, and no matter what, it's a family. You're always there with each other. So leadership experience is probably one of the best things that's given to me. In addition to not just the athletic side of it, the academic side. It's such a great education in the exercise science pre-physician assistant field.
New York native Kenan LaRose transferred to Sacred Heart during his sophomore year and joined the Division I men's basketball team. As the current shooting guard on the team, he is also studying sports management.
Well, I transferred here first from Siena College up in Albany, New York, and my brother goes to school here as well, and he's also on the basketball team. So he was kind of my connect here to Sacred Heart, and I love it here. I really couldn't ask for anything else. It's a great place, and the basketball is great. And basically, until we wake up, until the end of the day, we're doing something. We're here at the Pitt Center playing basketball from like 11 to 3 each day, basketball and lifting. So then we got class after that at 5 to 7:30. You got to eat, got to do homework. It's just the amount of time. Wish we had more, but you got to do what you got to do.
On top of extremely busy practice and lift schedules, Kenan also talks about traveling for games and how it affects him at school.
Yeah, for basketball, when we play our conference games, we travel. We play on Thursdays and Saturdays, so we're leaving on Wednesday and getting back Saturday night late. So we got to communicate with our professors to get our work early, or we're going to tell them we're going to miss class. And maybe we have a test, we're going to have to make that up the next week. So just got to communicate with our professors. Know that we're going to miss time, but also know that we'll make it up eventually. My busiest day of the week's probably on Monday. Wake up around 10 o'clock and then we come here. We have basketball workouts from 11 to 12, and then I got treatment and rehab from 12 to 1, and then we have weights from 2 to 3. And then normally I'll go meet with my professor, do my homework before class, and then I got class from 5 to 7:30. So it's a long day. It's a grind, but you got to get through it. I'm kind of used to it by now. I think just the amount of stuff we get and kind of the attention we get playing basketball here, it's kind of one of the big sports, basketball and football. So there's a lot of attention here, and we get to play on ESPN at least 10 times a year. So it's kind of cool to be on ESPN, and people back home can watch me play, and I mean, I'm blessed to play here. I really couldn't ask for anything else, and just very humbled that I get an opportunity to play Division I basketball at the highest level.
Coming all the way from Puerto Rico, Sabrina Navarro joined the women's Division I tennis team at Sacred Heart in 2014. She is currently the team's captain and has achieved many things throughout her years here, including NEC Rookie of the Week in 2014.
What made me come to Sacred Heart is the tennis program and Coach Ruiz.
Being a Division I athlete, Sabrina describes how different it is from the lives of her other friends.
The hardest part about being a student athlete is definitely missing out on what other students get to do. It's not an easy task, but having to find a balance between school and practices is definitely a hard task. My busy day is probably a Monday where I have lift 9 to 10 and then class 11 to 12:15, and then we have to go straight to practice 1 to 3, and then having a night class from 5 to 7:30.
Although being a student athlete is extremely difficult, there are many positive things that Sabrina has taken away from her experience throughout the past 4 years.
Things that are positive about being a student athlete and my experiences here is definitely creating a family with everyone on the team, developing more discipline than what I already came from being a high schooler, and definitely leadership.
There are many employees at Sacred Heart University that understand the difficulties student athletes deal with every single day.
Some of the difficulties is trying to balance the practice time and the studying and the social aspect and stuff like that. So that's usually what I tell every college student athlete that's starting as a freshman is the time management piece is probably going to be the biggest piece that you're going to have to figure out, and how that you can accomplish all those things within the time constraints that you have.
Student athletes in particular, their schedule is just so full, and every part of their life seems to be kind of structured, whether it's lifts, practices. You've got to factor in team travel. When they play on a Friday night, they might be traveling 6-7 hours on a bus Thursday night to get there for Friday.
Being a student athlete is especially difficult during registration because students have to account for all of the mandatory things that they need to do every single day aside from class.
Registration time could be a really a time of anxiety for all students, but especially for student athletes, as they figure out whatever their practice time is going to be the next semester and factor in game schedules. You got to look at the season schedule and figure, geez, if we play 2-3 Wednesday nights and a couple of those are in Western Pennsylvania, for instance, maybe I can't take that Wednesday night class. That is something that's going to go towards my degree, a class that I need to take. So there are less options for the student athlete, obviously, because there's just less options open in their schedule.
At the end of the day, no matter how much a student athlete has to deal with, they never regret their decision to come to Sacred Heart.
The best part of being a student athlete at Sacred Heart is probably the relationship that you make and the friends that you'll hopefully have for the rest of your life. And it's obviously it's a competitive thing being on a team. You want to win more than you lose in the competitive stuff. But really, at the end of the day, when you look back at 10, 15 years from now, when you look back at your college experience, it's really the friends you made and the connections you made with, whether it's the people on the team, the coaching staff. Those are probably the most important things.
I would absolutely do it all over again.
Oh yeah, I would do this in a heartbeat.
If I had to do it over again, I would say yes. The experience has been really amazing.